Namaste, very good morning, good evening, dear friends and masters. On behalf of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, myself Namita Singh welcomes you to the program Infinity. We are in the second week where we are getting to know how meditation helps us in gaining radiant health. Cooking food creates some kind of waste. Eating food creates some kind of waste in our body. Every activity we do creates some kind of waste, dear friends and masters. We need to keep disposing it off. Otherwise, it will make us fall sick. Meditation teaches us to let go, to learn to live in the present moment. Therefore, it brings a total shift from chaos to calmness, from illness to wellness. When the suppressed emotions that we accumulate over the years get released, we feel lighter. Yes, when we allow our body to function in normal manner, we gain radiant health. Keep meditating, dear masters. Welcome again. And now it's time to listen to Chandrasekhar. Thank you.
Years ago, I had developed severe neck, shoulder, and middle back pain due to my constant air travel, and doctors diagnosed it as fibromyalgia. To my surprise, I saw a huge decrease in my fibromyalgia pain in first 40-day session.
I used to have vertigo very often. I used to get stressed, but all that has vanished beautifully. I don't take any medication for vertigo, not like I used to, so it's wonderful.
I have been meditating and manifesting for my promotion. I got an interview calling that, hey, we would like to schedule an interview for you. I was so surprised, and then the confidence levels gone up for me.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. Days of Buddha Purnima. Every full moon is there we can utilize for practicing a lot of meditation. Full moon nights are filled with energy. So days before, days after, we can utilize for longer meditations. We will spend longer time in meditations during these days, particularly on day after tomorrow evening. Whereas Pyramid Valley started celebrations last evening with a longer meditation that's already underway now, to which we'll connect later. Welcome back. To understand health energy, physical health, mental health, energy. How many forms of energy are there? The energy that we receive into our body. The Chinese system says that our body can be there for 500 years and more. It has energy stored up inside, but it can last for 500 years or more. Our body is receiving the energy of the prana. The prana is the vital force within the system that we receive that powers our body. There are three ways we receive this energy. And if meditation can maximize, if meditation can allow us to maximize this energy in some way or the other, it'll be great. Energy that we receive into a body through external sources. Number one, the energy that we can generate in our body, number two, and then energy that is deeply, innately inside. That we can uncover. Body, mind, spirit, soul is what we constantly hear. Body, mind, spirit, body, mind, soul. Body, mind, quantum field. Now we are saying that. Now there is energy here. Something that we receive into the body. Something that we can generate by utilizing this body and mind, and something that is innately there, which we can use when these have been forgotten. Body and mind are forgotten. The first one, external source, the energy that we receive is through the food, is through the water we drink, the food we take. We receive some prana through food we take, water we drink. So naturally, if we can look into it and say, what are energy increasing foods, energy enhancing foods, what energy depleting foods, then what are ways that we can enhance this energy, take best of prana from it? It can be great. The second thing is energy that is generated internally by just doing a few things, by regularizing our breathing. Regularizing our breathing, by speaking very less, doing optimal talk, sleeping rightly and appropriately, just enough for the body. These are all things that generate energy, maximize that energy, stop unnecessary waste of energy, but also maximize the energy by doing a few things that we're already doing through our body and mind. Thinking optimally. Every thought is energy. We understood this. Every thought is energy. Every emotion is energy. Some are energy enhancing, some are energy depleting, and then we just lose so much energy by the emotion that we exhibit. You see, some are external, like taking food, water. Then the second one is generating internally. So there comes in the extreme range, very high amount by doing special pranayamas. We generate a lot of energy. That breathing exercises we do generate a lot of energy, which does not come otherwise normally. But if we do special pranayama, there's a ton of energy built up. You have noticed it in our meditations, in the longer meditations, lying down segment, we take quick short breaths, right? We're doing that. And then 10 breaths later, then we start feeling lots of energy in our brain. Received it, we generated it, oxygenating the brain enough. The energy in a body is required to help construct the cells to regenerate themselves, because the cells by default is a function to they slowly age. And so we need the energy to regenerate themselves. So there is energy intake from external world. There is energy that we can generate internally by optimizing the functions of the body, thinking, talking, sleeping, breathing. So, for example, if we move into a conscious breathing, our breathing may be erratic, but if we can work on it, simple, wherever the breathing is balanced, that heart elevation, we're trying to say slow, long, relaxing breaths, 5 seconds out, 5 seconds in, or like those who are very good at doing the breath for long, let's say 8 seconds out, 8 seconds in. Just balanced breathing. So we just do the balanced breathing. That is also is actually revitalizing and so building up the energy into body. Just balanced breathing rather than the stressful breathing is different. Sometimes we breathe very fast, sometimes we breathe very slow. Not talking about the pranic breathing. Erratic breathing is what normally we may have. But if we can become aware of controlling these by just doing regular breathing, natural breathing, but then become very balanced, that itself is sufficient. Conscious breathing. We can be conscious of our breath when we're not doing anything. That itself is good, because where you place your attention, there you place your energy, is already drawing energy. The second thing is what we can do. And if we have a lot of mindfulness, we can do these things beautifully. We have mindfulness, presence in the mind, presence in the moment. So then we can do this beautifully. First, we have to be aware what those are, and then we develop mindfulness. So then we can actually utilize this greatly. If we don't have mindfulness, then we just go on blabbering. The first thing that happens is that we just use our mouth so much in talking. Whether it is useful to somebody, useful to us, doesn't matter. We keep talking. Every word is so much energy, so we end up losing energy. On one side, of course, then it has implications of creating unconscious creation, because everything that we say is putting out is getting created. So the third energy that is there is this energy from the field, universal energy, the energy that is locked inside each of us, figuratively speaking, the energy of Kundalini, or whatever that you want to call it, figuratively speaking. There isn't locked up energy here, but it's more of connection into this anti-quantum field. To each of us. That connection that's happening where we receive tremendous of energy into all our centers, one after the other, or across in any direction, any flow, it doesn't matter. But when these centers are getting open by unblocking them, by releasing many of our old memories, and then by going into expansive ideas and thought system, understanding about ourselves, then we unblock the centers are, figuratively speaking, are then we are connecting into this quantum field to receive energy from this infinite source of quantum field. We call that innate energy. We are deeply inside, we innately inside emptiness and energy. So we receive that, we make a connection to it. So then we start receiving that energy. If you read, when my chakras are open, my kundalini open, then it is just difficult to hold the energy because there's so much that's coming. I would have read. If somebody read it, it's good. But I read only little and then worrying about it is a problem. So there is that third dimension where we make a connection with the quantum field at our soul energy, or the energy of this existence that we truly are, and then we receive it. The third one is happening when we practice mindfulness meditation. We'll understand all these three forms of energy that we receive, or the prana we receive, and what can we do to enhance it, and how meditation is helping to enhance all three dimensions. Today in our session, it's very important. While Monday we learned that when we stop interfering into the body, then stress is removed, our body starts working naturally, and so natural health is gained. We stop interfering with our thought. We stop interfering with our thought, and so automatically we gain that physical health, right? But then we may be depleting our energy. We're constantly going out depleting our energy sources if we're not conscious about these three sources. First of all, we're not aware of the third source. But then 1 and 2 are there. The only thing we think is food intake. Or the thing that we take in, what about everything else in the body? The itself can store up, the skull can generate so much. Our brain on average takes up 20% of the energy. Now think of it, and if you optimize your thought process, now you saved all of it. You saved all of it because less than 5% is really important. Everything else is wasted. Just optimal talking. We give a lot of importance in spirituality to our talking. Impeccability in our speech and our thought. Our thoughts lead to speech. Both are consuming so much energy in our body. So much energy. Just the thought, more than 15%, and then talking. So in pursuit of excellence, and if you want to be experiencing unlimited, where you want to travel and then do a trek up the hill near your home, Now you start thinking about going to Western Ghats, deep into the Western Ghats. Where you want to do that, you start thinking of going to Himalayas. Where you want to do that, you start thinking of doing the world peak trekking. This is how we start thinking to experience unlimited, to do any amount, anywhere. And to do that, of course, our body energy has to be there. The prana has to be there significantly, so we're not worried about any of this. The survival should be out of our mind. Oh, will I be okay? If I go there, what happens to me if I fall sick? Can that be taken out of our mind? Cannot bother, cannot have that worry. Will I have sufficient energy? Can I? Definitely, the practice we are doing with a little knowledge, we can maximize and maximize, gain energy. So we'll go into meditation, dear friends, today once again. And what we're going to do is to connect with the Pyramid Valley International. The meditation is underway right now. The music is Indian classical with multiple instruments, all gentle, soft. And so throughout the meditation, we'll have that. We're going to skip heart elevation today. And so we will connect into that meditation there. We'll still do breath mindfulness meditation, but we'll practice because there is a big group out there which is practicing meditation. So we're connecting to that energy by plugging into that music and meditation there. So our goal in this meditation, like every day we do, is to close your eyes and observe our breath. So we're practicing breath mindfulness meditation, and also called Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation, to be with your in-breath and out-breath. Ana-Pana-Sati, in Pali language from Gautama Buddha. We're practicing that. We're sitting with our eyes closed. If you're wearing spectacles, remove that. And then keep your fingers into fingers. Hands in your lap comfortably placed. Cross your feet at ankle. For the posture, 3 things: crossing the feet, ankle, fingers into fingers, and then take the hands all the way into your lap, all the way. Just keep them there. Be comfortable. Don't keep them in the middle of the thing like this or anywhere on the tummy. Take it all the way to the bottom, to the lap. Or what is comfortable to you? Whatever is comfortable to you, place your hands there. You don't have to hold them. They should just be held with something there, right? Rested somewhere. And then keeping your eyes closed without your spectacles, then observe your normal, natural breath. Where do you observe? Take any point on the nose, anywhere. This is preferable, but if you cannot observe the breath there, then maybe here is easy. And at that reference point, observe the breath going in and coming out, your natural breath. No manipulation of the breath, no special pranayama here. If you're trying to observe and you don't feel your breath, don't try to know force breath. Oh, I'm not feeling breath, let me force breath. Don't do that. Just put your attention there, in that point, or wherever. Just wait. If you're sensitive, you'll notice the breath. If you're not sensitive, for example, initially, you may not notice the breath. Don't worry about noticing, not noticing. Just put your attention there, and then be there. Your goal is to observe that breath, and it's going to come. You'll find it. Okay. You'll find it. As you observe the breath, slowly, mind is becoming empty. As the mind is becoming empty, we start experiencing emptiness all around. We may experience some kind of sensation in our body as the mind is becoming empty. Mind is becoming empty, not all empty. So thoughts slowly come down, and so mind is becoming empty. And so then we start experiencing some kind of vibration, sensation in our body, and involuntary experience in our mind and body together, some kind of a vision, this, that. When you know it's not something you're thinking and it is coming there, when you know it's not something you're actually doing in your body, it's coming there, be a witness to it, observe it. But in case you know it is a thought, attention back to the breath again and again observe, and slowly we go back into the similar states, right? That's what we're doing, friends. And like I said, they will directly go into breath mindfulness meditation. I won't guide today. We will just be going through the whole music, and then it's also a good idea Right? The guided meditation is there. We also train ourselves without guidance at all, right? We try, and sometimes no music at all. We try different things, and there's no thing. I mean, we use where it is something is available. So if nothing is available, if you are in this deep interior nature, and then your battery out, your phone battery out, so you don't have music anyway. So you still can meditate, right? So that's the idea. So meditation with music, without music, with guidance, without guidance. So today we will just go. I believe there's no guidance there. So we're going to practice that for a good amount of our regular time. Right, friends? Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. With your eyes closed, just try it out. These things are Indian classical music is great for meditation. Great for meditation. And so utilize that power along with a large group there. So relax yourself, sit comfortably, relax your body. Eyes closed. Observe your normal. Be with your breath.
ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾರು ಕಣ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಟಿಂಗ್. ఇంకొక గంట మనమందరము ధ్యాన స్థితిలో ఉందాం. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ದ ಬ್ರೆತ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ವಾಸ ಜೊತೆ ಒಂದಾಗೋಣ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗಂಟೆ ಕಾಲ ಸಾಮೂಹಿಕ ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಸಂಗೀತದ ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಧ್ಯಾನ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ದ ಬ್ರೆತ್.
Final 30 seconds with your eyes closed. At this time, I'd like you to express gratitude to all things and everybody. Gratitude, the ultimate state of receivership. Gratitude to parents, teachers, mentors, family, friends, colleagues, to the nature, to all the systems, to yourself, and to this intelligent quantum field. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Three types of food. The 3 types of energy, prana, that we receive from external sources, generating internally, and then unlocking what is innately inside, what we are. So energy from sources is food and water. External sources is really food and water. People who ask questions, what restrictions do you have on food intake when you're practicing meditation? It's not about meditation, it's about enhancing the body energy. It's about being compassionate. Spirituality is about having focus, is about ethical, integral, connecting to everything, allowing everybody and everything to be experiencing what we're experiencing. So be compassionate to everybody. And it's about unlocking our unlimited potential. Three things. Unlocking unlimited potential, so live the life of unlimited, the God, the consciousness. It's never about going away from things. It's about experiencing more is equal to living a purpose. Happily, with satisfaction, completely. We feel everything we do is full. We have to feel our life is full all the time. What do? We install a factory. We install some systems in a factory. We start a company. What do? Every time we build something, we utilize to the maximum, isn't it? We always, all our plans are, how do we utilize to the maximum? Maximum, utilize optimally to the maximum, while ensuring it goes without saying, you got to utilize something to the maximum, you got to give adequate rest or whatever that is required for everything. And if that is how we are looking at doing things, and then what happens to your body? It's the same thing. Utilize to the maximum the unlimited power of this. And to do what? To experience life. That is defined spiritual balance by purpose of life. What gives me real satisfaction, joy, energy. And so this energy is there in all levels. And so we want to optimize our energy. We want to maximize our energy because it's required to do anything, right? Very natural. So food sources, optimal food, sattvic food, vegetarian or plant-based food, three things in the food. Optimal food is eating moderately, not more, not less. How do we know what's moderate? 2,000 calories per day? If my heartbeat is not standard at 72, what is being said as 72, but it's not standard for every individual, and it varies from individual to individual, then how can the 2,000 calories to 2,500 can also be same for every individual? It's got to be varying. It's got to be varying. Some days we don't feel like eating. Then how can we take all 2,000 calories? Will we then worry about it? Oh, I didn't take yesterday enough. If you tune into a body, if you become sensitive to body, then we know what is necessary, optimal food. Not only how much is necessary, but also what is necessary. Which food is bothering me, which food is not bothering me. First thing that's happening with regular meditation, we are tuning into our body. That's what happened to me too. Now I reduce my food intake. It automatically happens. It's not like we're reducing. We're eating everything. We are enjoying everything, experience everything, but we become moderate. I go and get that Casey, that's milk sweets in Bangalore, very tasty. Once upon a time, I would just start off at the Rasamanjari water, 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's so good. And it doesn't last for more than a day or two. So you got to just go on eating. But now you understand it. Your body is telling you, good, 1.5 is good for my body. Those who are meditating will sure find regularly that over a period of time, as you increase it's all about energy, right? It's all about energy. And then the less you tax the body, the more it is free. And so optimal food is not required, not too less, not too more. optimal food. And with regularly meditating, we are finding our sweet spot of food. How much and how much not. Sweet spot of what and not. I used to eat, for example, paneer, and these days my body is rejecting it. I was trying, and then I figured out a few weeks ago that it is something that my body is saying, okay, now ready to go, potentially towards plant-based diet. So then it tells me, until then I was having it's moderately, but it tells me that I stopped. These days I'm looking to avoid it because until the body gave me the signal. Coffee. A coffee must be there regularly every day, every morning, and then afternoon, evening. And the craving for the coffee is gone. The cravings go. We eat optimal food, and then it's going to tell you not necessary, not necessary. We don't have attachment to food anymore. Attachment is not there. Not to say that we're going to reject coffee. We're not renouncing coffee. No way. Nobody can renounce coffee. So with meditation, and I would like to hear from our people, if anybody who has felt that your food intake has come down to optimally. Generally, optimally means for most cases it is lesser. In some cases, it could be more. It is okay. Initially, it may be more, and you come into meditation practice. That some people say I'm eating more now these days. But then slowly, gradually it may go down, it may stay there, or it may go more also. It is okay. But a body is, if you are tuning into your body, respecting your body, automatically you will know when to stop, when to take more. So moderate is important. Everything is in moderation. We do everything is fine. No other restriction. Now sattvic food. Now the food we take moderate and sattvic. So here is where one or two small restrictions are coming. Sattvic means void of that stuff that induces tamasic and rajasic qualities. The laziness, procrastination, and domination, the two qualities. Tamasic quality is laziness and procrastination. Rajasic are domination, dominating, wanting to greed, domination, all of that comes out rajasic. One is in the body, and in the mind. And so these two qualities, if there are food items which are potentially causing these, it is good to minimize or avoid. And so one thing that stands up is garlic. And the sattvic food is about eating foods that are very easy. They're not taking us backward. If the laziness, procrastination is there, in our experiences, we got to pull back. It's inducing Maya. The laziness and domination or ego flaring up, these two are Maya. They induce illusion, thinking that everything is mine and this and that. It may cause us to attach, cause us to procrastinate, delay things. There's only less in, garlic, if you avoid, is something that I practice and something that Patriji always mentioned. And I noticed the difference. Garlic, and then all those masalas are Indian spices, and you put a lot of onions, grind them, and you make all kinds of herbs and put them heavily and do it. For taste, do a little bit. Don't just do heavy stuff, because they all sort of have the next level of effect. Sattvic and energy food is when we are cooking, the person who's got maximum energy with your attention, because yesterday we learned, our day before yesterday, water has energy, right? And the water molecules change with our energy. So if I go to the kitchen and then I'm very angry, I'm very sad, and then with that emotion, I start cooking, then we are inducing the food with that emotion. So the energy we deplete. Instead, we're in a good mood. Then we cook, then we're charging that food sufficiently, greatly. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. So those who are, there's mindful cooking, and so if you do that, and so we're building up enough energy into the food, so it becomes energetic food. It is sattvic food, right? 2. And the type of food you eat, 3rd one, is a vegetarian plant-based diet. We're going to have a masterclass just on this. Just on this time we'll have a masterclass on this vegetarian plant-based diet. But there are 3 things from a food perspective. Vegetarian plant-based diet. We ought to be compassionate to all the individualized consciousnesses, to allow them to experience what we're experiencing, of many other things, of why a vegetarian diet is essential, very good from health reasons and all of that, but this is necessary. I used to eat meat 5 times a day before 2002, 5 times a week. But when I came in to meditation, naturally something told me from inside that no, it is something I must try, and I tried. And a few days later, decided not to do this at all. I feel my spiritual progress, I feel my body health, these are deeply linked to vegetarian food as well. I noticed within 6 months that I became very sharp. I became quite light in movement. That day is just very good. The body, we know it is not working hard to digest this stuff. We know it. And your body is working very hard, that means we're expending energy, we're losing energy. And then not just energy, then it has impact on the mind. So many things we cannot do. It has impact on the emotions, significantly impact on emotions, aggressiveness. A lot of aggression is coming from non-vegetarian diet. I mean, I become aggressive, become more. Many of those, you have to experience these. And so then these 3, and optimal water intake. Keep having more, 70% body water, keep having more and more water. And like anything, when you're taking this food, having a good emotion, good vibration into it, allow you, that thing you saw, Masaru Yamito, I love you. So looking at those, I mean, saying that what we call the prayer, just sending that good energy and then intaking, you're changing the structure potentially right there. So optimal water intake is drink as much, plenty of water. And then saying that prayer or having that good words, good emotion before consuming anything has this great effect of energizing it. So this is energy from external sources, really food and water. Now, all of this requires mindfulness. We be in the present moment so that we can do this stuff. We've been told, hey, drink more water. How do we do? If you're a little more aware of yourself, then of course, then you will do it. Mindfulness is required. We're just too involved into something, we forget about everything else. So if you become aware, then we become aware of our body. Our body is telling you a little bit of thirst here, somewhere, some other feeling, that you must take a little more water. The second thing, friends, then is energy generated internally, conserved internally. The second set of points. Almost all of them work from mind in a way. Mindfulness is thoroughly required for these. Body cooperation is required. Optimal sleep. We don't sleep, oversleep. Oversleep, we become too lethargic. When we don't feel sleepy, we don't put ourselves to sleep and say, sit down and read a book or meditate. If you don't feel sleepy, so having that fixed rhythm is a problem. So how many people are changed from a fixed rhythm of sleep to a sleep that is as the body demands? If you're doing it, please say. An optimal sleep is not necessarily sleeping for full 8 hours, sleeping appropriate hours as your body requires. And so when we meditate, our energy is increasing. We'll talk to the third source. And so then we potentially require less sleep too. This case happened to me and for many people. Why today nobody's writing anything in the chat? So the sleep requirement. So if you are, as you start practicing meditation, if you are waking up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, very fresh, which means that the meditation is already giving you that extra time. Rather than forcing yourself to sleep, please use the time very well for whatever that you like to do, right? What I like to do. Optimal sleep is while sleeping before going to bed. You can go into the meditative posture. It's called Yoga Nidra. Just do that. Beautiful. Go into Yoga Nidra before going to sleep. When we're going to sleep, going to meditation, then it goes into that meditative sleep, much more deeper. Before going to meditation, while lying down, just do this, right? Keep your hands, cross your feet. If you can't cross your feet, it's okay. Just observe the breath and then nicely going to sleep. Do that. Requires awareness, again, to do all of this stuff. Optimal talking or optimal thoughts, minimize thoughts. Your thoughts are expending energy. You know it. If you eat food in the morning, breakfast, on a weekend, don't do anything. At 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, after 4 hours, just sitting in a couch, you still feel hungry. Why? Because the mind is working. Our mind is working, we're spending energy there. Even though bodily, we don't do much energy. Some is required to digest, but the mind is working. So optimal thought is reduce unwanted thought. Unwanted thought, all unwanted thought is there. How do we reduce it? Of course, you can read a book, so it goes away. Unwanted stuff goes away. The worrisome thought, which depletes energy, goes away. You read a book, go into nature, be in the nature. So again, that thought sort of comes down, right? Engage in good conversations, or of course, then meditate. If you're not doing anything, we meditate. Optimal. Right thought is negative and disastrous, no. Positive and miraculous, yes. We'll learn that a little bit next week. Our thought process, basically, you're basically saying meditate, and then everything unwanted goes away. The next thing is then optimal seeing. Talking, I'll talk about this some other day, but then being impeccable with the words, so important in meditation, because we spend so much energy in talking, and then we are polluting so many minds with our talking, and then most importantly, we are making so many intents without knowing in what we say, and so we end up committing to those, whether it's useful or not useful. The thought has a certain level of commitment, but when you release a word, it has so much commitment, and the nature of the human is to stick to their words. And so unless we control our word, then we end up giving words and promises, so we got to go and then fulfill them. There's so much of unwanted talk. Like an accident happened, just come and carry about it. We had some bad incident in our life, we just keep talking about it again and again and again. There's no reason why somebody should know about a bad incident happened in your life. We keep talking about it. Gain sympathy. We don't even know that we're asking for sympathy in that sense. We keep talking about it. Optimal seeing is to not see what is not necessary, because eyes dissipate so much energy. The reason yogis are always in this half state like this, half state, is not necessary to see when it's not required. And so then, in fact, Patriji used to say, if you're not doing active engagement of work, then you keep your eyes closed. If either you look into the nature, if there is, otherwise keep your eyes closed and say nicely sing for yourself. Go into meditation. If you're not actually engaged in anything, then just opening your eyes, just keep your eyes closed. Seeing into nature, beautiful. So utilizing nature, we keep coming up. And a spiritual journey, we become friend with nature. We utilize nature so beautifully, because all of this will happen when you are in nature. Optimal talk will be there because we are awed by the nature. Seeing is great for the nature because we absorb energy. Right emotions, the heart elevation we're doing, higher emotion, lower emotion. The lower emotion is disconnecting us. We know that it makes us feel not good. That anger, the separation, the feeling of isolation, loneliness, greed, guilty emotion, lack emotion, victim consciousness. I feel victim that no, I'm just things are not happening for me. They're all our lower emotions. Now, how do we check on all of this? If we're aware, then we can have a thing to change. We immediately go into gratitude mode. If we're aware, we immediately go into heart elevation mode. Quickly, 2 minutes, then we can change our emotion. So then we are extending our energy, then depleting our energy. Then right work. See, the work is work. What we do from outside is from external. What we do is work. Work is work, but how you take it is a thing, right? Work is work. By itself, it doesn't have any negative or positive, except the things that are harming life, hurting people. But let's say, now, of course, the right work is that, but the right work is something that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy, don't compromise for too long, whole lifetime goes away not enjoying because we're in a survival mode. But with meditation, we'll gain the strength to change. We gain the strength to courageous to go and then talk about it in our offices, to our managers, to bosses we speak. Hey, you know what? I've been in this, but I'm not enjoying. So can I have the work on that project? We gain the strength to change what we do. So we do what we enjoy. That's really we slowly develop the liking towards enjoying whatever we're doing slowly. That'll also happen. But definitely we gain courage to change whatever if you don't like. Don't like. So right work is doing things that you like, aligning yourself towards that thing that really gives you happiness. You want to be a music band, please go and then do some work towards it. You're doing for occasion, some energy you're gaining, you have to earn money to do it. But if your heart is somewhere in doing service, do that work. So it'll give you a lot of energy. Whatever you like, if you do even a little bit, it gives you energy. Conscious breathing is we talked about doing some pranayamas or no, just becoming very balanced with the breathing, observing the breath anytime. When we don't have, automatically brings breath back to balance. Just observing the breath, just straight out, observe the breath, nothing more is required. If you observe the breath, if the breath is stressful, anxious, then automatically comes. And then if you do slow, long, relaxing breaths, even beautiful. Conscious breathing comes part of the pranayama. Is any rate of pranayama is consciously, very consciously doing something about breathing. And so plenty of energy is generated internally. Now, all of them require good understanding, good mindfulness. Optimal talking, we'll talk about this later. And emotions also, we're going to cover this. Now, third thing, friends, is energy from the field, source. What happens when we meditate? We're drawing that energy, we're becoming that energy field. How much is it? Unlimited source of energy is there. We become that. So energy from the field, energy innately inside, that is there. Inside means we are this whole energy. That's what it means. We are this energy, and how can I access it? Directly meditation. This one is directly meditation. You got to become empty of a mind. Of course, there are yogic practices which start up from the body to do some kundalini raising to connect to that, or the mindfulness practice which are doing from the mind down. More easier to do, more as you understand and understands, more easier to do the mindfulness practice which we are doing to empty our mind so we go into the consciousness. Requires understanding of this concept of energy and then all of the field. When you have the understanding, then you do mindfulness practice, then you are able to harness it fully. Happening every day for us when we empty our mind. Cosmic energy, the prana is received in abundance. Yes, Bhagavad Gita said, Yukta ahara viharasya, Yukta chestasya, Yukta swapnaha bodhasya. About moderate intake, moderate of everything from the previous. All of this is said in Bhagavad Gita too. Jasbir ji is giving me that sloka. It is there in Bhagavad Gita, everything. Yoga is there. Chitta vritti nirodha. So become empty of mind stuff. So then you gain all that energy. And then talking about food and everything we do optimally in one shloka. So friends, now let's put them in comparison. And before we complete this session today, right? What's the comparison? I draw the circles just so that we understand they're relatively where they stand. We are, with meditation, we're moving from a body world to an energy world. We're becoming energy, not from matter to energy. We're becoming the whole from tiny matter. The book that's Mind to Matter is written, is everything is out there. So the energy that we draw from meditation is significantly higher in comparison to the energy we take from food as we expand our consciousness. The reason why some people who are going into Himalaya, sitting down and eating either one meal or no meal, and then they continue meditation for days. Because when you sufficiently keep meditating regularly, then your energy from inside is so much that now your necessary things that are generated by sleep generates energy, but optimal sleep. And so that requirements comes down, right? And same way, the food intakes become really insignificant in pale comparison. Energy from external source, food intake is insignificant. Energy generated internally, yes, and sufficiently keeping that in a level, optimal talk, optimal seeing, optimal thought, all of that optimal conscious breathing, be without stress and all that, because basically there's no stress there. And third thing is energy inside when you're connected to the field. And so then we have this beautiful. So I want us to understand this circle. They're not equal. The more we meditate, the less the energy from the food matters. In Swami Rama, in Royal Path, the book, and I encourage everyone to read the book, The Royal Path by Swami Rama, to understand how he's technically comparing some of this stuff. Friends, so the conclusion that we say is that meditation is building up this big pink circle. Building up this big pink circle. And meditation develops a lot of mindfulness to do the second circle. Meditation develops a lot of mindfulness to build the second circle. The first circle comes with a culture where we are raised up properly, and if you listen to our elders, we do it. We are all vegetarians. We're all eating, nice plants, food, nicely. A lot of greens are there, and then we eat, all sattvic. Everything was there. Somewhere, food habits change, but the mindfulness is required to do the second circle. A lot of mindfulness is required. Being in the present moment, awareness is required. And that is built sufficiently with meditation. And with meditation, it gives you enough awareness into your body so that what you consume from externally also regulated. Because you develop awareness of your mind and body. So the third circle, the small circle is taken care by having awareness of the body. This circle is taken care by having awareness of the mind. This circle is there when you drop these two fully. That's meditation in all three, dear friends. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll continue our conversations around how meditation is helping us fit in a body and mind, right? And so we talked about plenty of energy that's being built up. Why meditators? How many people here who are regular meditators are feeling that your energy levels are great throughout the day? Can some people put that? Wonderful. That's great. All right, friends. We'll take some questions on this important topic. For many people, they may be having concerns or questions around, because food is somewhere where we spend so much time. Patriji told me, food is for enjoying. It's for our taste buds are there to experience and stuff. So enjoy. For enjoyment, food is there. When you start observing these circles, and when we really start understanding and become so strong in our mind about what is being taken, and then we take some basics about allowing freedom and not going into tamasic rajasic qualities, which sort of prevent our meditation practice significantly by avoiding things like garlic, basics. And move to vegetarian diet and avoiding things like garlic, and then consciously enhancing their energy refinement by cooking food, then everything else is taken care by the regular practice of meditation. So have a wonderful day for those of you who would like to leave, and we'll continue with some conversation after a short break. I will play Sai. You cannot play.
So there is an announcement regarding book clubs.
Okay, madam, please go ahead.
Yes, dear friends and masters, today we have book club sessions. A reader grows with the book, while the book glows with the reader. And today's track is Living with the Himalayan Masters by Swami Rama. Very fascinating read, and most importantly, very easy words to understand. You will enjoy reading it and, of course, attending the book club sessions. You can remain in the world and still be spiritual. Perfect guide to know about it. Do join the sessions in the morning, starting from 8:15 a.m. Indian time till 9:15 or 9:30 in the a.m. and in the evening session, starting from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian time. Please do join in. Thank you.
Okay.
The facilitators are also there for introduction.
Yes, ma'am. We'll take some. Anybody has any questions? I would like to share an experience around how your regular practice of meditation has helped to optimize your food intakes or your energies. Yes, Lalita, what do you got?
We have
Okay, book of facilitated intro. I wish. So who, what's the book today? Swami Rama.
yes, sir.
Can you add? Yes, Preetiji.
Koti Koti Naman to my Guruji, Chandra sir and Patri sir. Hello friends and masters. My name is Preeti Agarwal and I am from Dubai. So I am associated with Buddha CEO from last 2.5 years, and it's a beautiful and wonderful journey. So surely I have optimized my sleep and food, everything. So I sleep like 4 hours maximum or 5 hours maximum in a day, and full day I am energized. And food intake also I'm reducing now. Again, all those things has already gone from my diet. Garlic, even onion has also gone from my diet, and I'm enjoying that food also, sattvic food nowadays. So today we are going to cover this. This is my first book club, and I am a first time as a storyteller. This is my starting of the journey. So please be with my journey. And this is my first step I am taking. So I am covering Living with the Himalayan Master by Swami Rama. This is a wonderful book. Now we are so much privileged that we are staying at home and doing meditation and getting this energy. But Swami Ramaji described that how the Himalayan masters lives in Himalaya without any food, sleeps also. And one time Swami Rama lived in a cave for 11 months without seeing even a single person to get that energy. So please join at 8:15 a.m. in the morning. I am a facilitator. I am covering this with the senior meditator, Vidya ma'am. Please. Thank you so much. See you there.
Thank you, Preeti ma'am. That's great. First time means a lot of curiosity to experience and then present it. So I feel that's great to be in first time presentations particularly. Yes, Vidyaji.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Vidya. Today I'm going to do the book Living with Himalayan Masters in the morning session at 8:15 a.m. So my partner is quite young and she's very energetic. That is Preeti. So we are going to do this book. And as today's topic said, so my energy level has improved a lot. So compared to at my age, how the people used to be there and how I am, so it is a very different one. That is a proof for me and proof for others who all are associated with me. So it is a beautiful journey. So for me to be in the Buddha CEO, so let us all meet at 8:15 a.m. in the morning. See you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidya madam. So many things you're doing at Foundation. So thank you so much. I'm sure people enjoy the sessions you're going to do. Yes, Lakshmi madam.
Namaste, everyone. So today, as Chandra sir mentioned in today's session, right? Optimized food, optimized intake of what you want, not just food, but what you want to hear, what you want to see. Everything gets regularized with meditation. That has been my experience, not just about food, the other aspects as well. And one more point he mentioned, right? If you're a serious meditator, you also muster the courage to say what you want to, especially in a corporate workplace where today's layoffs, etc. are happening. Somehow I got the strength of going to my manager and saying, I'm not happy with this work. I'm too much into my comfort zone. I want to move or I want to take up a new responsibility. Trust me, it was more than a month, where I was trying for a new role and all of them were saying like, Lakshmi, why do you want to take a move now? But still I took it and I got a real good project, right? And it is also helping me to improve myself as well. So that in today's context, whatever Chandra sir has mentioned, these two things I have encountered in my life. And yes, coming to book club, I am along with Madam Seetal Pawar, I am going to handle Himalayan Masters in the evening session today. So yes, look forward for a wonderful interaction and sharing. Yes, what I have learned is, one thing is, all the books whenever I'm reading, it takes me to a creative and imaginary world where I feel more of myself, more of explorer and also experiencing it as well. So that has been my journey when I'm taking any book club and I'm enjoying it, and hope this session also I'll have more of such experience with all of you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi madam. We spend so much time at work. Nearly how much time? Depending on how are we doing, somewhere between 1/3 to 1/5 of our time, 1/2 of our time. Work and work commute, right? Combined, it takes up anywhere from 9 to 12 hours in a given day and maybe more. So that's 50% of our time. It must be energy. We have to ensure that it is energy enhancing activity, not depleting activity. We lose so much of life force. We'll talk about how meditation develops the self-expression later in week 4 when we're covering some kind of emotional intelligence topics. But this must be done. This is called right work. Aligning constantly to what we really want to do. because that is what is taking you towards your purpose. Something that gives you deep satisfaction, enjoyment. Yes, madam, thank you.
So I just want to add one point.
I wish to see you more often.
I'm coming, sir, not on camera, but I'm there.
Okay.
I just want to add one point, sir. See, when I was starting, when Ratnavel came to me and said that, he talked about this book club, even otherwise, even before that, when I joined this new project, I told my team, right, come what may, I am not going to be on calls or on work every Wednesday after 8 a.m. I am not available. But it was a new project, new boss, new team. But yes, I took that initiative of saying I am not available for work on Wednesdays after 8 because it would be my book club session. So yeah,
Wonderful.
you'll be able to express it. Yeah, just want to say that. Yes.
First example of expressing and claiming what we need. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Yes, the book clubs are there. This book is being read today on Wednesdays. That's why I'm introducing today for the first time. Living with Himalayan Masters, right, is being done today 2 times in the morning and evening. So people can join. Mondays, we're doing the other book, Mind to Matter, same timings in the morning and evening. They're posting it in the WhatsApp groups. Yes.
Yes, sir. We have Vishwasa.
Hello, hi. Good day, sir, and good day to everyone. I'd like to share a few things, my experience through this meditation. As you said earlier, be on the optimal thoughts and optimal talks. I'm feeling that now because the way that I talk, or I would say I'm more on the observation part now compared to before. Before, I used to react more on whatever people talk or, while talking. Now through this meditation, I could observe more and I don't really lose my energy while talking unnecessarily. I experienced that. And another thing is in the food-wise, compared to before, I've reduced a lot on my food intake, which I see even the amount that I'm cooking now has reduced a lot. So it's really, I only eat when I feel hungry. It's not simply eating just to feel, the tense or, sometimes I used to eat a lot before when I'm used to being tense or stressed out. But now I don't have that. I really feel meditation really helps me a lot to come out on many things, even on my thoughts. Nowadays, when I do anything, I try to be, and I'm able to be in the current present moments, even while I'm cooking. Previously, I know my thoughts will be like doing haywire everywhere. A lot of thoughts will be coming in. But now, through this meditation, I'm able to straighten up my mind to get back to the present moment in whichever things that I'm doing. I always remind myself, okay, now I'm doing this. I have to be in present moment. I have to focus now. And there's a lot of difference. The speed that I'm doing, the things is getting done very fast compared to before. And especially while cooking, I really noticed, especially when my husband commented on the food, he said that, oh, the food is really nice. So I know the changes, the difference when you're putting your mind while you're cooking and you're putting the right energy, right thoughts while you're cooking. That's really helps not only myself, it also helps our family members and people around. Yeah, that's what I would like to share first.
Wonderful. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Important points are raised, and probably have not. I missed that eat while when you're hungry, right?
Yeah.
Eating when you're hungry, sleeping when you feel sleepy, not because there are clock is saying that it is time to eat. Stop eating when my body says, not because some chart told you that you must continue to eat. So we are going more body aware and then doing this. This is really how we are enhancing energy. Now, if you take care of two things, right, it's really work, where we spend 12 hours almost. If we take care of that work, and if we do the work that we like, then our thoughts get set. Our talk is going to be talk is a little bit there, but at least our thoughts get set. A lot of things get set in that whole day, because this is what drives any unwanted thought. This is what drives an all poor thought. If you don't like what you're doing, and so then poor talk, negative talk, all of that gets fixed. If we take care of the work that we do, that means we gain enough strength, to courage to change if we don't like something we are doing. And second, where else we spend time adequately? On eating food. 3 times we're spending on average cooking and eating sufficient time. So if we fix that, then I think many things are taken care for us. But most important, the work environment. That's what Steve Jobs said. Please listen to his speech, connecting the dots. Because work is where we spend most part of our time. And so then keep looking. Don't settle for what you don't like. Keep looking until you settle to things that you like. It requires strength. Easier said than done. It requires us to move away from survival mode to a creative mode. We're too used to survival thinking, comfort thinking. Oh, I'm in a government job. It is great. It is nice for me. Not necessarily enjoying just because we got the perks or we got this or any job. It doesn't matter. Which does not. It is nice. I don't have to work hard or whatever that we think anywhere. It's safe. It's comfortable. It is good for me. But not necessarily experiencing joy at all in the work. That depletes energy. No life force in it. Yes.
Yes, sir. We have Megha ma'am. Please unmute. Yes, sir.
Hello, Chandra sir.
Yes. Hi.
Hi,
like
sir.
that energetic hi.
Yes, sir. So, sir, I have been meditating for quite a while, and definitely there have been so many physical changes. I'm a very anxiety-prone person, so it has helped me with that. I used to get a migraine a lot. It has helped me with that. But, sir, I wanted to ask about food. So my problem is quite the opposite. I have always been a lightweight person, and I feel when I'm working, when I'm under stress, I in fact forget eating. Like I don't feel hungry a lot. So this has been a problem my entire life, and so doctors have always tried to give me diet plan so that I can increase my weight and get the right amount of calorie intake. So my problem is quite the opposite. Like I sometimes, because of so much stress, my hunger, I'm not able to eat. But I feel the loss of energy. I feel the need to eat, but I'm not able to sometimes because of work, pressure, or whatever. So does the meditation also work in the opposite direction to help me reach the optimal level of food intake that I need to have, which I don't have? Because I have been suffering from weight loss in recent times because of anxiety or not taking food on time. So hearing that meditation will reduce it further is kind of, I just wanted to know about it.
Optimal is not reduction. Optimal is, the English definition of optimal is what is right. So for those who need more, that's why I said it will make you eat more or sleep more. Those who need more.
Okay.
If they need less, it'll do the opposite. Because you're responding to the body's need, number one. So, but however, I just want to understand, you are meditating for how long?
So actually, I started meditating 8 years ago, but then it went on and off, on and off. Now I have been more of a regular meditator.
What's now?
For the past, I think, 4 or 5 months, I have been regular. Before that also, I was meditating, but I used to leave it after 2 months and then a gap, and then 2 months and then a gap. It was like that.
So you may be already, so we must understand this. You may be potentially seeing the benefit of meditation, optimizing what you need to have. But they may be pressurizing yourself necessarily, maybe due to the environment, saying that, because when you say use the word calories are required, and all of this is just then we are still going through a prescribed charts, probably ignoring a body signal. That also puts stress. It is true, potential for some people, the body weight can go down. For some people, it gets to the optimal weight. It does get to the optimal weight. If you are sincerely practicing regular meditation, then the body weight does get to an optimal state. Now, optimal, what is optimal? Optimal to you, not the chart that is telling you. I want to really, really make this clear. Right? How do we measure this? Now we use the word stress again. So meditation was saying is removing the stress. So now you're saying that I'm stressed quite a bit. That means somewhere something is happening in the practice. I'd like to understand. Do you read books at all?
Yes, sir, I do.
So we have to then maybe understand a little more about what is it that you're missing. If you're sincerely practicing, how long do you practice? Every day you practice meditation?
Yes. So 1
No?
hour in the morning, 1 hour at night.
That's a lot. We're doing a lot of meditation, reading books, and you're sharing your experience with anybody?
So I usually go and, like, sometimes when masters visit, I visit the Delhi pyramid quite often. I work very closely with PMC, so I do share it with like Amulya, Lekhya, or like people around.
Yes. Hmm. To sufficiently continue, if there is any body unknown hidden condition of health that has to get fixed, all right, that has to get fixed for this thing, because you said one thing, I forget about all the stress and the words, but you said, I feel the loss of energy, okay?
Yes.
And so that means you feel not necessarily active by the end of the day. Is that what you mean by loss of energy?
Yes. So suddenly I feel I just
out?
need to go and lie down. So I have to, that is how I get reminded, okay, I need to eat food. I have skipped a meal. So then I eat and then I get back.
Yeah. Mindfulness is a natural development with meditation. So we'll have to understand what's happening. So why don't you give a call later to your facilitator, or I'll be happy to talk to you, just understanding.
That would be great.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So another question I had.
Did I meet you in Delhi?
Yes, sir. So actually I had met you also in Bangalore Pyramid with my dad, Mr. Anil Bharti.
Okay. I see.
I live in Gurgaon.
Okay. I see you live in Delhi, not in Lucknow.
Yes. Yeah, so I had one more question. So every time I meditate, my neck goes all the way back, as if somebody is with all its strength pushing it all the way back every time. And it really pains me here a lot. So do I need to bear the pain? Do I need to allow it to happen? Because sometimes it's unbearable. It's all the way back.
Until unbearable, continue it until you cannot bear it anymore. And anyway, then you're going to open. But continue it, you have to keep continuing it until you cross this thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
How long for that has been happening now?
Since I started meditating 8 years back, it has been happening since.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so a few things that may be linked here from your health and the specific experience perspective. Now you are regular, so if you continue regularly, but then let's still anyway speak. And what books have you read? When you say you read a lot of books.
So, sir, Immortal Talks is my favorite book, part 1 and 2. And then Mind to Matter, You're the Placebo. I'm reading a book on astral travel right now. Then all Professor Joey Dispenza's book. Yeah, sir, to name a few.
Okay. So until we get to speak again, so what I suggest is just try to, if you notice about food, just try to take external assistance, right? Which I don't know if you're doing, to become that mindful, to go and eat. Right? So having a sticker in your board, in your cube, are some of those, right? Which is what we do when you not have meditation, to have reminders from somebody, for whatever reason that is being missed. Just have that to go and then try to eat. Okay, but if it's not happening, it's okay, but keep continuing. Don't reduce any practice, not necessary, but then keep continuing to see. You'll never know. Somebody was spending a lot of time, sometimes some illnesses that are there are potential blocks that maybe there's some way will take time to get fully relieved.
Yes, sir.
Somebody was only sleeping for 7 months, some finally got the relief from it. Every time we sit down to meditation, like your experience of going back, their experience is only sleep for 7 months. Yours is like going back, you said, that may be linked to overall healing also, which may be the root cause of why it appears that you may not become mindful to eat and all that. So let's keep continuing, right? And then we'll speak anyway.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, we have Mani ma'am. Yes. Yes, Mani ma'am, you can speak. You are unmuted. You can speak, ma'am. Yes.
A lot of times the food intake,
Yeah, can you hear me?
We have our own notion of
Yes.
the food intake. The body may be already signaling to eat specific things, and then we miss on that. Body may be signaling to eat specific, like greens, or drink more milk, or this and that, but we may have a resistance to certain items based on the knowledge being given around. So this is also a challenge. The body is signaling to eat more of something, but then we continue to resist to have that because we don't like, or we been told to not to have too much of it, and so then we reduce it. So this is also a challenge to have those problems fixed sometimes. So I don't know if anything like that happening with you, Megha, so we can speak on this. Either we go a body sensory method, how we do the method that is what people are following. There is a prescribed chart, and then let's do this way, that way. It's cumbersome, doesn't work, doesn't necessarily give relief to problems. But when your body is sensitive to you, if we become body sensitive to the body and then do it, then we sure know that we are the driver of the body, and so then we can fix everything that is there because we are responding to it as it needs. Yes, Maniji.
Namaste, Chandraji. So I have the same issue with like in the past 3-4 months, I lost almost like 20 pounds, and I do not know what is going on. But I think Monday when we started doing the health, what is that called, Sankalpa meditation, I started feeling a little better. But I have been meditating for past 1 year continuously, morning and evening. And before, I have been meditating since 2006 on and off. I am vegetarian. I do plant-based food, and I do sometimes yoga and sun salutations and all that, but I don't know why I'm losing weight. So I was worried maybe one of my friends was lost weight like this, and finally they found that she has a cancer, and within 1 year she's gone. But I don't want to think negative. But when I started meditating lately, I'm not able to sit quite long time. But one Monday, when we started doing the Sankalpa with health, somehow I became very positive and I'm good. But still I have my question, why I'm losing weight, I don't know.
Madam, a lot of times we attach it to the meditation. It may not be anything with meditation at all. Because we're doing some practice, we just link it to meditation. Okay, it may be a natural process that may be happening anyway.
Okay.
And if we understand the scientific aspect of meditation, what are we doing? We're just sitting and observing the breath. We're not doing anything more. Please understand it from at that point of view. You're not expending any energy. You're relaxing and resting. That's what everyone tells you to anyway, rest and relax, and it's just fine. But that every day is calming the mind. So it only can do good but not harm, number one. We got to just dealing things that are happening and saying, oh, because of meditation is happening. No.
No, I agree. I'm not
agree,
saying.
Right? Very good. So good. So as long as that attachment is not there. Now, why is it happening? Why not should why should it not happen? If it can happen without meditation, can it not happen with meditation where is a process going on? You and I don't know. My colleague, our co-founder, Lawrence, when she started meditation, she was already thin, but she was losing weight.
Yeah.
She went to a doctor, a French doctor. I said, hey, I'm concerned. I told her sufficiently, hey, you may lose weight. Don't worry about it. Meditation will take you to the optimal weight. Even though you're thin, it might still require some more weight loss, and so it requires it. On the contrary, because she was thin, she was trying to put on extra weight a little bit because they've been telling you a little cheeky. Okay. But then when you start meditation, she was losing weight. Some weight she lost, so of course she couldn't believe me. She went to the doctor. But the doctor happens to be meditating also. He said, Lawrence, it just be fine, normal. He was meditating. He never told her in 20 years every time he went because there is a taboo. But then when she opened up and said, I meditate, he also opened up. And then told her, it's just fine, don't worry about it. Now today she finds herself in great health. She had 25 years of chronic backache. It's gone. Gone. I know she used to travel business class. I had to lie down flat when she's taking any flight more than 2-3 hours. So you'll never know where it is leading to. As long as we're just not unnecessarily concerned about it, because your concern may be putting stress on you. I can tell you that much.
I'm a very strong person. Usually I don't get agitated, but this loss is, because I have fibromyalgia and osteoporosis. So I was a little concerned, but now I'm back to normal. I'm very strong now. I want to thank you.
They're still there? The fibromyalgia, osteoporosis, are they still there, or
they're still there, but it doesn't. I have been having for quite some time, but I never entertained that. I don't take any medication. I'm just very strong about that.
Yes. Madam, so there is so many reasons. So we come with a plan and a design and intent.
Yeah.
We've not started here first time, you know that. So there may be many things that are there linked up from the past.
That's right.
Okay, we know it. And but we do know that the process we are doing, we understand scientifically, is helping us to, I think we must wrap up because we do have this book club. Yes. So we do know that this process is helping us to become the source. So when I become the source, and if you understand the science, then I think all concern should go away. Only good can happen. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, dear friends. So we'll meet back again tomorrow. The concerns of because body is tuning in, the adjustments will happen. And so this is one reason many people may just drop off from meditation. But then if you are, that's why we try to explain the process of what you're doing. And so then you know that, okay, you're not hurting yourself by sitting closed eyes, just relaxing. So it cannot cause harm. Just think about it. So when you understand that, we understand the energy and matter concept, then we say, okay, so it's much bigger. We're becoming that. So then how can I have some negative impact here? So all of those will help to stay on the path. And then so, because then it is optimizing everything necessary. So we'll only discover it much later. Nothing can be discovered in any practice in the beginning. It always looks very tough. And a practice like this becomes even more 360-degree overturn. So thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
What do I want my day to be? I choose. What do I want to feel today? I choose.
Bye, everybody.
What do I want to be today? I choose.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.